Matinees are a tool for keyframing the properties of actors in your scene over time. What we have done here is that we animate the brightness in our scene. So what we want to do now is close this window, and we can now view the matinee. And as you see, you want to scratch on the B looping property right here. This means that our matinee will be looping when it is activated through the play property here. So we can close this, and we want to add something to trigger that play. So we can select this wall right here, go to right click and add actor and add trigger like this. We can now press C to see its collision and press space so we can make it bigger, and we will go like this. Now press the Kismet button, and we will, while having the trigger selected, we will right click and make new event, trigger 0, take damage. With this selected, we want to set the damage threshold to a low number, so we will put it to 1. And we want to set the max trigger count to 0 so that it can be activated over and over again. We want to move this by holding down Control, and we can then drag the out to the matinee's play. We can now close this window, and if you shoot in this collision zone now, our matinee will start. But we should add something so that the player can see that there actually is something you can shoot on here. To find our static mesh, we go into the generic browser again. We will open, and we will find the HU Deco package. Select only static meshes, and we will search for a concave, this one. Select it and add it into our level like a static mesh, like that. Now we will rotate it and make it fit. As you can see, it's quite large, so we can turn the scale down quite a bit, like that. Be sure to move it into the collision zone, and now we can save and build our level, and let's play and see if it works. Now we want to add the light that shines on the ground here. So let's press C to remove the collisions, and we will go into the generic browser, go into the actor classes tab, go to light, and we will select spotlight toggleable, and then we will right click here and select add toggleable. Then we will rotate it like this to make it shine onto the ground like that. Then we will press F4, and we will go into light component, and then we will find outer cone angel and set it to 15. Then we will select the same color and that it resembles, that is red for this one, and we want to position it at almost the same place. This can be a bit tricky to move, but do this for all the 3 lamps. Now that we have placed all our spotlights, we want to target them all. Press F4 and set their brightness to 0. As you can see, I also forgot to do this on the red normal light for this one, so let's also set that to 0. Now we want to go into our Kismet again, and we double click our matinee yet again, and then you want to left click on our spotlight right here, and then we add a new empty group, and we call it animated red SL. SL stands for spotlights. And as we have done earlier with other lights, we want to give it a float property track. Now it will be much easier for us to add values, because we can just duplicate the values we have already set. So on our other red one, it starts with 0. So let's do that. That's 0, right? And then we will scroll our bar here. Let's see what red is here. Okay, 5. We don't want our spotlights to be that bright, so we set their value to 3. And here again, the value is 0. So let's add the key right here and set it to 0. Now we can test run and see how it looks. Here we can see our red light coming on. Repeat this process with all the other spotlights. Our matinee window should now look like this. To see if it's working, we will close all these windows. We will save our level. We will build our level. And we will click this surface and right click, play from here. You can see that it's not playing, so we need to shoot this one. And it starts playing. You can see the ground here. And our lighting works. So let's close this window. And now we want to make a light stop when someone shoots our traffic light. So first we want to make our traffic lights block weapons. As you can see now, it has no collision. So go into collision, block weapons, and exit. We still have our traffic light selected. Go into Kismet, right click anywhere, and select new event using Interactor 2 and take damage. In the take damage options, you want to set the damage threshold to 1, so it doesn't take that much damage to stop it. And then we want to drag the out to the stop on this matinee. And then we can close, and we can play from here. So now we should be able to start our traffic light like that, and when we shoot it now, it should stop like that.